back in time to be able to discern information that we can apply today. And when we look back at that time in our history, we find the most successful group of black people ever to appear in the Northern Hemisphere. So at the height of Black Wall Street, we owned over 600 businesses. A corresponding point, Black Wall Street during that time, the dollar circulated in the black community for 100 days. The black dollar circulates in the black community now for 6 hours.
So 6 hours?
6 hours.
So we went from 100 days to 6 hours.
6 hours. And I'll explain why that happened very quickly. Suffice it to say that those 600 businesses were owned and controlled by us. We were forced to work with each other, trust each other. We had 600 businesses, our own airport, a bus line, 2 theaters, a library, a post office. We had a myriad of thriving businesses. Give an example, a doctor in Black Wall Street at that time, Dr. Simon Berry, he was averaging $500 a day in 1921. Can you imagine the type of money that would be?
In 1921?
That's good money.
That's real good money. That's real good money.
That's really good money right there. And so, unfortunately, it ends with a travesty. That there was a lie by a young white woman in regards to a black male that she said tried to rape her. Subsequently, the Ku Klux Klan came to town. And within 12 hours, our community was burnt down and destroyed with the agency of the United States government. And this is not something that they talk about. And so for me, I've been in the black conscious struggle for 23 years, always trying to find a way in which we could bring about a solution. And so 2 years ago, I came up with the concept of New Black Wall Street. So we call it New B.L.K. And the B.L.K. stands for Business, Leadership, and Knowledge. And I believe that it's only when we control our economy that we'll bring about change. For the last 400 years, as a people, we have produced a myriad of leaders, a myriad of philosophies and ideologies, but none of them have worked. So I know that it's a big task to say, but I said in the most humblest way, I have the solution. And the solution is very simple. Today, the black community allows $1.3 trillion to leave out of our community. But when those dollars leave, security leaves, peace, happiness, and joy leaves, the ability to bring about a change in regards to race relations, relationship issues. When we control our own economy, things are going to change. But you can't have a group of people that is satisfied with allowing Asians to control the laundromats, the cleaners, the liquor stores, the swap meets in your own community. They provide these services for us, but what do we provide for them? It's common sense that men are going to be affected when we don't control our own economy. There's so-called 19 black banks in the United States, but there are 22 Asian-owned banks in Los Angeles, Orange, and Riverside County right here. And so $1.3 trillion leaves out of our community. We're not producers, right? And so New Black Wall Street, number one, is to begin the conversation. To let every black person know in America that we must control the economy within our community so that we don't have to look at a country that is hypocritical in saying we're the last remaining superpower, but yet America boasts that, but at the same time 1.6 million people in prison. So how are you going to have that two realities? Well, we're the land of the free, but we have more people in prison than anyone else. It's hypocrisy, right? And so black men don't steal because they want to be tough or just to steal. It is an economic solution. When you have money, man, let me tell you something. You feel on top of the world. When you don't have money, you feel like the world's on top of you. But what I teach is money stands for my own natural energy yield. And so money is a byproduct of doing what you love to do. So I'm here to teach a higher level of money, a higher understanding. And so that's what we're doing in New Black Wall Street. And it's the beginning. We just celebrate our 1-year anniversary. And I know that people say, well, who is this young man that believes that he has a solution? Well, let's look at all the other leaders. Evidently, they don't have the solution because you can tell a tree by the fruit it bears. We've been listening to the same information for the last 400 years and we ain't changed.
What leader would you say that black people have now?
None. I am the face of new black leadership. New ideas, new concept. You see, because look at it this way, brother. If we have mega churches, and this is not to pick on the church, but we must shift the paradigm, and this is how we do this. If you go to a church and the pastor's worth $52 million, that's the old paradigm. The new paradigm is this. If in fact you go to a building and you sit in a teaching style and a person is telling you about God and money and business and life, real leaders make leaders, not followers. So if Creflo Dollar is a millionaire, then make 50 millionaires out of your followers, right? So the paradigm shift is that I am not here to make followers, I'm here to make leaders. An authentic leader is an individual that give knowledge, wisdom, inner and outstanding information to uplift our nation. That's the change right there.
And your solution, correct me if I'm wrong, it's generally to recycle our own money and to control our own economy for the most part.
The basic of it. But first, we must deal with the fact that we don't trust each other as a people. We have to deal with it.
Something like that?
That's a great question. You know, the way that you build relationships is based on mental chemistry. So what we do in New Black Wall Street is a simple test. I'm teaching a money class right now in our office in Carson. So this is a simple way you build mental chemistry. No matter male or female have a relationship, this is what you do. You both buy a book every single month and you read that book, but you highlight it in different highlights. And then what happens at the end of the month, each person changes the book and you only focus on the highlights of what they read. You do that for 21 days and then you begin to understand how that person thinks and what developed their awareness to that particular point. Then you'll be able to develop mental chemistry and finish their sentences. And once you do that, you develop that bond of trust. When you understand that your desire is my desire, the commonality for us as black people is this. What do we want? Freedom, justice, and equality. I want safety and protection. I'm a father, and I have 3 children, and I want my children to be at their best, right? And so I'm working to provide that for them. And in that particular context, it's very important. Look, when I say to my daughter Samaya, when I say to my son Allende, my son Malik, and my son Prince, when I talk to my children, it is very important for me to get over to them that to be what we talked about earlier, MSIs, multiple streams of income. Don't be a consumer. We don't want to brag about a Rolex watch. Let's own a Rolex watch dealer. Forget bragging about a Mercedes-Benz. Let's own the dealership. And it's through ownership we create jobs.
Right.
That's the solution.
So how do you feel like you're going to be able to reach the people that are in our community now? Because I mean, we've all been going through this for, like you said, for like 40 years already. So how do you feel like that you're going to be able to reach the young community, the older community? How are you going to get people to listen to what you're saying?
You know, it's a great point. You know, I look at it like this. When I first started studying in the late 80s, there was no internet. And so now when I watch the internet, it's amazing to me how I can just, maybe I can request you as a friend tonight. And then I find out we have some friends in common. It is from that commonality of social media I can instantly present some information. So one of the things that I'm going to be doing, beginning on October 15th, I'm going to be launching a nationwide play called What Would Malcolm X Say to This Generation? So I'm going to infuse hip-hop with a positive message. So I'm going to do a lot of creative things using social media, continue to talk, continue to provide free information to grow and develop my message so that people will hear. And it is about time. It's about timing. So I'm 44, soon to be 45. So I have the patience, the endurance to understand how to get my message across. And the masses of our people, suffices to say that they're not leaders, they're followers. And so you don't need everyone. You just need a small percentage of people to show results. In other words, the last point, if I'm able to galvanize 1,000 black people to give $75 a week and set up the first New Black Wall Street credit union, Black America will be like, oh man, I'm in now. All you have to do is show a little bit of success and they're willing to follow. So that's what we're doing in New Black Wall Street.
Okay. Now, I was reading on your bio here, and it was saying that you guys are working with the Harmony Herbal Community?
Yes, sir.
Company? Mm-hmm. Okay, so tell me about that. What is this Harmony Herbal?
Yeah, so Harmony Herb Company is a division of New Black Wall Street. And so basically our tagline is, invest in your health and your body shall receive the wealth. The black community is the sickest community in America. And we must get over this message that there is a medical assault specifically on black women. When you study history, you'll understand a lesson. Whenever a nation receives their woman under attack, know that it's an all-out war. Black women have been lied to and told about hysterectomy. Their body parts have been stolen. Black women are 13.2% of the population, but number 1 for breast cancer. Black women, 81% of them are anemic. Black women are suffering from a myriad of health issues. So Harmony Herb Company is our flagship business in which we provide intellectual capital online for free about health and nutrition. Invest in your health and your body shall receive the wealth. So you can go online and watch free videos. You can purchase products. And it's our way of dealing with the health despair in our community. I've been an herbalist for 23 years. So it's about giving that information back to our community and monetizing it so that we can further our programs in New Black Wall Street.
Now,
we're going to take a break.
Okay.
We're going to take a break, and we're going to come back and ask more questions.
Okay. All right, we'll be right back. Radio. Who's taking us on a break?
DJ D-Love.
Yeah.
All right, we're back live from the hub. All right, Mr. Brother Alim, we are back. I want you to continue educating us because I'm soaking it all in.
So we're talking about these herbs and treating breast cancer. I read, and now, correct me if I'm wrong, on your bio, you guys have treated women with breast cancer and have had a pretty good success rate.
Yes.
Okay, so obviously all people are dealing with cancer on all sorts of levels, but breast cancer, like you said, we're leading in breast cancer. Tell me about the response. How's that working out?
Yeah. So basically, what cancer is an inorganic growth, and so what takes place is that when the body reaches 42 megahertz of energy, that's when cancer introduces itself. So a healthy body registers between 62 and 78 megahertz. And what takes place is that we cannot expect to be healthy, vibrant, and strong by eating animals. We must leave the animals alone as much as possible.
So you're saying go vegan or vegetarian?
Let's just try to cut back as much as we can. How about saying that? Because most people aren't going to do that, okay? Let's just try to have a medium way in which we eat. But the main contributors to cancer is sugar and dairy products, okay? We definitely have to cut those out, the synthetic sugar. Synthetic sugar, white sugar has no vitamins, no minerals, it has no protein, it breaks down your immune system, and it causes havoc on the soft tissues in the body.
Now, I've heard that about white sugar. Is
Right.
that the same with brown sugar?
Well, it just depends on which one. Like there's a natural turpentine sugar, there's a natural one of sucanat, there's a stevia. It just depends on what type of sugar it is, because a sugar that comes from out of the soil, the basic premise of it is if it doesn't have any color, it's not for us.
So you don't feel that we're meant to be eating animals?
No.
Like you don't feel like the food chain is that's how it's supposed to be?
Yeah, no. You'll hear someone say, well, I have to eat animals because that's how I get my protein, my energy.
Mm-hmm.
But if you go look at a cow, what does a cow eat? Grass.
Grass.
It doesn't eat animals. So basically, if you look at the animal kingdom, a lion is the so-called king of the jungle, but only lives 6 to 8 years. When you eat meat, you have long, thin, pointy teeth. Our teeth are flat. We're designed to eat nothing but fruits and vegetables and herbs. So if you eat 3 meals a day, 7 days a week, that should be 21 eliminations. Well, what happens is that because of that meat is so thick, in the colon we have the ileocecal valve, about 4 inches. Every time that meat gets there, and then the stomach begins to protrude. And so we have 3 meals a day, 7 days a week, 21 elimination, but over a period of time it gets clogged up. So the body begins to experience dis-ease and the waist is thrown back. And so now the skin begins to discolorate, the blemishes come in, you get tired and fatigued because you're carrying around dead food in your stomach. And that creates all the disease in your body.
Disgusting.
It is.
That sounds
But
terrible.
when we leave it alone, like especially chickens. Chickens used to be chickens years ago. Now today we don't know what it is because it's shot up with so many things. But suffice it to say, let's just try to have a little bit more walking, drink a little bit more water, a little bit more positive thoughts, not trying to make everybody jump off the ledge. Just take it
like
easy.
that, I don't want a burger ever again. Like,
Let's just take it in a medium course. But that's what we're doing in regards to cancer. Now,
Can I switch
yes.
lanes?
Yes, sir.
All right, now, with in regards to treating cancer, now we know that the marijuana industry has been coming up big with treating cancer and
Yes.
a few other diseases. What's your take on marijuana use?
Anytime someone can take something when they're in pain, I'm all for it. I'm not going to sell it. That's not my belief system. Anytime you add fire to something, you kill its natural healing properties. But what the marijuana does, it sends a confused signal to the brain. And the central nervous system becomes confused, and that right there helps a person in regards to their pain. So if that's what someone wants to do, all for it. Now, there are different levels of it. Some people consume it without the fire. But me personally, I know the history of it and how it affects and kills the brain cells. I'm not a proponent of it. But if it works for you in that state, then by all means, do what you have to do. So I would say that there are other things that you can take that can remedy that. See, the body will heal itself naturally. You just have to put the right thing in the body.
Right.
That's all that it is.
I mean, if we were putting the right things in the body, we wouldn't need medicine. You know?
Absolutely. Well, medicine doesn't heal anything. Medicine is nothing more than see, the body comes from the soil, and medication comes from a laboratory. So when you take medication, it sits in your stomach, causing the body to be confused, and it throws off into the bloodstream, causing side effects. So the medicine doesn't heal anything. Doctors are nothing more than licensed drug dealers and part removers. They're in the business of prescribing drugs. That's all it is.
Yeah, earlier we talked about Cash Mob.
Yeah.
The new Black Wall Street
Yes.
has this thing called Cash Mob.
Absolutely.
What is the Cash Mob?
I'm glad that you asked that question. A cash mob is when a group of 15 or more people come together with this distinct purpose of going to a black-owned businesses, donating a minimum of $15 and purchase a product or a service. So what we like to do is to bring that awareness, to let Black America know how important it is. We have a cash mob event coming up. There's a young sister that set up a black-owned beauty supply store in Bellflower called Hair Food Junkie. This is very revolutionary because the beauty supply industry is a $2 billion industry that Korean people own. They buy the products and have the audacity to come in our community and put a black woman on the window and don't even ask our permission, and we go in there and give them our money. We should boycott all Asian-owned beauty supplies nationwide. This is what New Black Wall Street is calling for. Don't give them a nickel, a dime. Go to us and we'll help you to identify where to go to spend your dollar, because they're taking your dollars and putting their children in school to come back and control you. Don't give them nothing. A nationwide boycott. So on September the 3rd from 11 to 2 o'clock in Bellflower, New Black Wall Street is encouraging everybody to come on out. Come out and cash mob with us. We're going to donate money to that business and we're going to buy products from that business. These are our products. We should run them. We should control them. We want all the Asian people to know within 1 year, we want you out of our community.
How do people get to be a part of the Black Wall Street?
And just keep up with everything you have going on, your classes, your
Absolutely.
seminars.
Great question. I appreciate it. So you can go to newblkwallstreet.com. It's one way. You also can reach us on Facebook. Same acronym, newblkwallstreet.com. We have free classes every Sunday. We're in our 3rd week of teaching a money class at 4 p.m. every Sunday in the city of Carson. The address is right there on the website. And in regards to coming there, being able to find out more about who and what we are, our goals and our objectives, and then at that time it meets up with you, we'd love to have people to have members so that we can grow and develop our community. New Black Wall Street, let me say this in closing. We're not about creating followers. It's not about following anyone. It's about subscribing to some basic principles. We should run and control the economy in our community. As men, we're going to stand up and bring about a change, and so that we can have every single person to express their gift and their talent. That's how we're going to bring about the change.
And just so I'm clear, New Black Wall Street right now is in Carson, but you guys did start a new chapter in Atlanta.
In Atlanta, and we're going nationwide. We're not just limited. That's just where I'm from. That's my home, Carson. That's where I'm from. But I'm everywhere. Wherever I'm invited. I'm doing a barbershop tour. I just spoke in Inglewood last week. Going to be speaking in Long Beach next week. So go to the website, and I'm free and available to go and speak anywhere.
We definitely appreciate you coming through.
Thank you.
Absolutely. We have more time with you, man.
Wow.
You got a lot to give.
Come back next week.
Appreciate
Right?
Talk
Anytime.
more.
We set
Anytime.
something up,
Appreciate
man. We
it.
appreciate that. So, man, you guys follow my man Alim Hagan.
Brother Alim. Brother.
Alim
Okay.
Hagan. Yeah, man, the New Black Wall Street. We're going to take a break, man. DJ B-Love, take us out real quick.